I'll probably make a more in-depth video on AFL later on so you can get a better understanding. But essentially, it's a form of football which is very popular here in Australia, where two teams composed of 18 players at any one time combat each other in a game lasting 4 quarters, attempting to score the most points through large sets of goalposts situated at either end of an oval by kicking a oval-shaped ball through these posts with no offside rule. So it can get very chaotic, but it is definitely very fun to watch, and it is one of the most physical and fast-paced sports in the world, I would dare say. So, without further ado, we're going to run through the 2026 Team Coach card sets, which Team Coach is arguably the most popular brand of cards here in Australia. So starting off with the base card. This is Nick Dacos, one of the most popular players here in Australia. Plays for the Collingwood Football Club, which is the most successful team in AFL history. They are tied for the most championships or premierships with 16 premierships, and they're tied with rivals Carlton and Essendon. So these commons, as they're known in Australia, or just ordinary base cards, are available in every single pack with about essentially they're a spin on your traditional playing cards. You can see this player here, Jacob Wiedering, is a 5 of diamonds, and they're just a caricature sketch of a player in the middle with their team logos faintly in the background. Very cool card design indeed. Now these might look a little bit more familiar. These are very traditional looking when compared to other sports trading cards, that being baseball, football, basketball, especially old school versions of these cards from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. These are called scanlons. Now you can see they've got the player in motion or action shot of the player and the large coloured border. Very simplistic design, but what is really cool about these cards is that on the back of them is another image, a large image. Essentially, they are a puzzle. So by collecting all the scanlons, you can create a complete image from all these tiny little puzzle pieces, which is a very, very cool initiative or idea. So I love these cards. I hope they stick around for a long, long time. Moving on and contrasting very heavily to the scanlons is what are called star powers. These have an awesome, awesome metallic design, metallic graffiti design. Each one is very unique. Star powers are found in about 1 in every 4 packs for what is referred to as a silver star power. For what is a gold star power, which I'll show you now, they come in about 1 in every 36 packs. So they have a box hit. Both are very, very beautiful design. I'm a big fan of these cards. Okay. Getting now to the rarer sort of cards, we have what are called card crafts or silver card crafts. These occur in about, these occur in about 1 in every 6 packs. So essentially how these work, depending on if it's just a regular card craft or a majestic card craft, you want to get these multiples. So for each player there's about 3 or 4 of these certain types of card crafts, and they each come with a code, which I believe is on the back, but I don't want to flip them over just in case I reveal that code. But once you've collected all the types of these card crafts, which actually I may as well show you. So once you collect all these cards and enter their codes on the Team Coach website, you can be eligible to receive what is known as a 24-carat gold-plated card, which you can see down there. Now, these are extremely rare to attain, especially prestigious award. So there's 18 clubs in the AFL. At the end of every single home and away season, the club awards the best performing player with a medal, which is known as the best and fairest award. There is no real comparison to it in other sports like basketball or baseball. European football, like the Premier League, have a similar sort of award system. It's not like an MVP, which that's a different award entirely. We do have that in AFL. It's referred to as the Brownlow Medal, but it is still very prestigious to be awarded a best and fairest. So the silver one, or the silver best and fairest, occurs about 1 in every 8 packs. The gold, on the other hand, occurs 1 in every 40. So the gold is far more rare. It's a tad bit better than a box set, but both are very similar in design. The only real substantial difference is the gold or silver border, but very cool with the embossed best and fairest, almost looking like a debit card, an Amex card, especially that silver one, but very cool washed out background, the vibrant playing kit, very, very cool. These sets are very extensive, but we're getting to the pointier end of the sets. Here we have what has been a long-standing card in AFL card collections for many years. That's referred to the Magic Wild card. Now, you may have realised there's a bit of a goofy sort of twist to these cards. They don't take themselves very serious. They are intended to be enjoyed by all ages, including children. So, hence the caricature designs of the players. These cards are probably my favourite just because of the metallic or rainbow hue they have when the light catches them, and then also just having the team colours as the main background colour with the team logos embossed into the back. It's a terrific looking card. Now, Magic Wild cards are a box hit. They occur only about 1 in every 36 packs. However, you can achieve or attain a gold Magic or Star or Rookie Wild card. I don't have a Rookie Wild to show you, or a Star Wild, but those occur about 1 in every 432 packs. The Silver Star Wild and the Silver Rookie Wild have the same ratio as the Magic Wild, with that being 1 in every 36 packets. Going back to a bit of it's a new sort of initiative, but sort of a bland looking card. This is what's referred to as an AR footy flicks. So essentially it has the team player, so in this case Riley Thilthorpe, and when you scan that QR code it will open up a clip of Riley performing some sort of highlight. I won't lie, I've never scanned one, but I am assuming, given that he's an attacker or a forward, it would be a clip of him kicking a goal. So, a new sort of card, but not my favourite. The AR footy flicks occur 1 in every 9 packs, so not too common, not too rare. Another new section of the website, and you can predict how well that player will play in the next coming game. That's how I believe it works. I'm not too familiar with it. I did browse prior to the video, but yes, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure what you win if you're correct, but it certainly is a fun little initiative. Okay, coming to the last couple cards, or the most rare cards you can achieve or achieve. I guess collecting them is an achievement. We have my favourite looking cards in the set. These are called Sculpture Wild cards, and they come in both silver and gold. So, as you can see, this one's silver. It has a solid silver background, and then it has the player embossed and designed as if they were a statue. So obviously there's some iconic statues in the world. You know, Kobe and probably infamously Ronaldo. So it's giving that sort of aesthetic, very cool looking. These ones in particular are based off the statues or sculptures that surround the Melbourne Cricket Ground, which is the most prestigious venue in the AFL. That's where the championship game is played, which we refer to as the grand final. And the statues are of legends of the game. So very, very cool cards. These occur about 1 in every 72 packs. And for the gold edition of these cards, it's 1 every 260. So essentially attaining these is either it's greater than a box hit, it's a 1 in 2 box hit, or 1 in almost 20 boxes. So yeah, very, very rare card, very cool card. None of these have significant value like NBA cards do, or baseball cards. You know, they're not an investment of any sort. We collect them purely for enjoyment. But yes, this is more of a prestigious card. And to round out our video, the most prestigious card I've ever collected or been lucky to have found, the Trophy Wild card. Now, a very cool looking design. You can see the 3 different images of this player, Jeremy Cameron. These cards are awarded essentially for the competition's best players. So this player, Jeremy Cameron, as you can see from the little medal in the top right corner, just under his team logo, he won what is